So we're going to hear from Donald Trump on Sunday. What are you expecting from him?
Well, this is the biggest political news this weekend in the United States, and President Trump will be making his return after a period of relative silence for the first time in 5.5 years. And the CPAC event, where he will be the featured speaker, is always a high-energy event. It provides the ideological red meat for the Republican Party. And after 5.5 weeks of the Biden administration governing from the left and with over 60 executive actions, Republicans, including those at the conference, are frustrated and dispirited, and they're waiting to be fired up. And as one of the attendees said on national television here in the United States, quote, "We're waiting to hear the next step from President Trump." So we shall see in just over 12 hours from now. But in the past, no defeated president has sought this sort of influence over his party after his defeat. But CPAC is going to give that leadership back to President Trump, it appears.
Well, where does this leave more moderate, traditional Republicans then, who may not have been huge fans of Donald Trump? We were billed that there's going to be a reckoning now for the Republican Party. They've got a decision to make whether they follow Trump or they go back to more traditional values. This big debate, existential crisis, doesn't seem to be happening. It seems like they're falling in behind Donald Trump.
That's very correct. In fact, in the past, CPAC has been an event since 1973 that usually featured debate among the different ideological wings of the Republican Party. This year, it's much more unified behind Donald Trump. And when we see who was not invited or who chose not to attend, it includes Mitch McConnell, who's the Senate Minority Leader in the United States Senate, Senator Mitt Romney, he's not a fan of President Trump, Representative Liz Cheney, the daughter of the former vice president, who is not a fan of President Trump, and finally, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, ambassador in the Trump administration. So these are the so-called moderates. They are not attending. But polls, meanwhile, show that a vast majority of Republican voters, among the 75 million who voted for President Trump last November, a vast majority of them still support him and his policies, and they consider his administration a smashing success, which was the words of Mr. Schlapp, who heads the CPAC organization.